And the crowd goes wild. I'll take you back to my night in a raucous Kenmore Square. Plus, you see them at every home game. The KMen tallying strikeouts up on the Green Monster. And a founding member is a part of our newsroom. Also ahead, he hosted the president last night and has unique insight into the diplomatic tensions caused by NSA spying. Former Ambassador Alan Solomont joins us now on Greater Boston. Good evening. It may be Halloween, but if there's ever been a curse on Fenway, the Red Sox knocked it out of the park last night. And while there was a sense of inevitability going in, we could easily be staring down Game 7 of the World Series tonight, tied at 3. I actually heard people say they were disappointed to see it end before Game 7, but I'm thankful they were disappointed because from the get-go last night, fans seemed to believe it was ours to lose.
World Series programs, souvenir programs here, guys. $15, please.
They passed through the turnstiles and handed in their tickets with a purpose. They painted bees on their faces, got red around the eyes, and for the most part seemed certain that this would be it. Game 6 of the World Series was at Fenway Park, meaning for the first time in 95 years we could either win it here or imagine the worst.
The Red Sox are world champions.
There would be no worst-case scenario tonight. With that, the whooping and hollering on the field and off began. But beyond the fan exuberance, there were soulful hugs and some deep reflection about what this win meant for the Red Sox and the city of Boston.
It was a thrill that I never thought I had in me. It really started with the marathon. You can say what you want. That galvanized everything.
Those thoughts by former WBZ TV sportscaster Bob Lobel were echoed by longtime Boston Globe sports writer Bob Ryan.
Who ever thought this would happen? Absolutely not. It's one of the most amazing, if not the single most amazing thing I've ever seen in all the years I've covered Boston sports.
Businessman and baseball aficionado Alex Bach says there was only one true believer when the season began.
No one predicted this, except Mayor Menino, apparently, in April. But besides the mayor, no one else thought this was possible.
The police presence in and around the park was massive. Streets were blocked, parking was limited, and while one officer said he'd never seen so many drunk people in one place at the same time, things were pretty orderly. So now people are on to the next activity.
What are you going to be for Halloween?
I'm going to be an evil jester. That's it.
What?
An evil jester.
Hey, Rob.
A pony. I like the Red Sox, but I would not want to dress up as a Red Sox.
I get it.
It would just be weird.
It's a Yankee thing.
I'm not a Yankees fan.
Yeah, Dad, that's not even funny. All right, well, I can hold my own when it comes to Fenway chatter, but I recently found out a member of our newsroom takes fandom to another level. WGBH High Ed reporter Kirk Carapezza is a member of the KMen. You've probably seen them on TV. They stand on the Green Monster and keep track of strikeouts with big K signs. And last night, they let us tag along. The crowds gather outside.
Come on, let's go Red Sox!
The concessions are open.
Peanuts, peanutsy!
And fans slowly pour in. The press box is humming while players warm up. And high on their perch atop the Green Monster, Fenway Park's KMen and a few women get ready for the opening pitch of Game 6. These are keepers of the K's, the merry band of folks who post public notice each time a Red Sox ace strikes someone out. They have 27 K signs ready to go just in case. With John Lackey on the mound,
Freeze, strikes out.
the K's came out soon enough. But as good as Lackey was, even the K-men had to pay their respects to the man with the hot bat, David Ortiz. but they kept counting the Ks until, at the end, one final K to savor for the rest of time.
The Red Sox are world champions.
I'm joined now by a very tired K-Man, Kirk Carapezza, along with his friend and KMen co-founder, Ryan McCarthy. So tell me about this. How in the world did this get started?
Emily, Ryan and I were at Pedro's first home start in 1998, and I think like most Boston fans, we just got caught up in the hoopla at that time. He struck out 10 Cleveland Indians, and at that time, Fenway Park wasn't selling out. There were only about 15,000 fans there, and we're two kids from the suburbs, and we had just never been at Fenway Park at a time when there was so much energy, and Boston's Dominican population really turned out for Pedro back in those days, and there were fans waving flags, and I think after seeing Pedro strike out that many guys, we went home and we knew we wanted to be a part of that, so we put up some.
Okay, so Pedro's kind of a natural pick. Ryan, how did you decide, for instance, this year, who was going to be your ace pitcher? Because we should make this clear. You just pick one guy.
That's right.
And that's when you hold the signs up for the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be the whole season.
Yep. So there are 10 of us in the KMen, so it's a collaborative decision. But we thought that John Lester had the track record and the strikeouts to justify posting for him.
And then you can't all go. And by the way, are you in cahoots with the Red Sox about this? Do they condone it? Because you're in every shot, right?
That's a great question. We often wonder that, don't we?
Right. We operate independently, but we started with Pedro. We posted for John Lester. We've posted for John Beckett, Kurt Schilling, Dice K.
So they like it. The Red Sox like it.
I think so. I think we're an organic organization. It's a bunch of local fans. Mm-hmm. We grew up playing baseball together. Ryan's dad, Kevo, is a huge part of the team now. He coached us when we were growing up playing baseball. So I think they see it as an organic group of fans.
All right, you have to pay for the seats.
Mm-hmm.
But,
exactly.
I mean, they guarantee you in a sense that you're going to have them, the Red Sox. So because you have to have a good spot where the whole stadium can see you and everybody on TV and so they have to.
And that's where it's nice to have 16 years of track record. We've built up some relationships over the years, so we have security personnel carve out some space for us, which is really nice. But when we first started, Emily, we went into the last row of the bleachers, and that's really where the roots of the KMen are.
Yeah, I remember that. All right, so you got one of the signs here.
Here's one of the Ks. We thought the KMen should show up with props.
That's right.
And this is one of the original K signs. So this is aged. This is a finely aged K sign.
And this is regular spray paint with a stencil.
This is circa 1998 with the double laminated now.
There might be a touch of mildew there in the upper right.
Here's what I want to know is oftentimes I see the K like this. What's up with that?
Go ahead.
When the letter K is the way we keep track of strikeouts in baseball.
Yeah,
You'd think we'd use S instead of for shortstop or save. That was taken when they came up with the scoring system. They use K because it's the last letter of the word struck, as in the batter struck out.
Yeah.
So you'll see a straightforward K sign when the batter swings and misses. Then we turn it backwards if the umpire calls him out.
So it's a looking strikeout for the backwards K. Yeah.
Oh, so I'm glad I asked that question.
Yes.
Does your fan base know that?
Some do. Oftentimes they'll come up to us and tell us that we have it backwards, and then we'll just gently correct them.
All right, you guys are getting older now. You're going to pass on.
We're getting old, but watching the Red Sox win the World Series, Emily, will never get old.
Do you see yourselves passing this on to a future generation? You're still young.
We're scouting right now. K-men have to come up. They have to come up through the system. They have, you have to go to Pawtucket and we're scouting.
Sure. Yeah.
So we have a younger generation that we're slowly grooming over time. There are many traditions that go into being a K-man, so we're bringing them along.
And you do have some women too.
Yes, we do. My fiance, Ryan's wife. We're married. Ryan married, and I'm marrying a woman who actually thinks it's okay to paint your face red and go to the Red Sox games.
We found good matches. It took a while. My mom is a K woman, so it's a family affair. Yeah.
Well, it's a great tradition.
It's fun.
And I think
we'll have to
fans
get you
have really. I would love to come up.
That would be great. We'd love that.
I'll be up next. There's always next year.
That's right. Part 2.
All right, Ryan McCarthy and Kirk Carapezza, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Emily.
See you tomorrow.